In this video, we're going to show you how to install the starter on your Jeep Grand Cherokee located on the passenger side lower portion of the engine. Before tackling this job, you want to go ahead and disconnect a battery, starting with the negative terminal. Accessing the two nuts from above the front axle using a long extension and a 13mm socket with a swivel. I'm just going to use a flathead screwdriver to separate that harness. Popping off the washer. When I access the rearward bolt, it's on the back side of the bell housing going forward into the starter using our 15mm gear wrench. You can use a super long extension in your impact gun if you want to. All right, we're going to switch over to our extension now that we have that bolt broke using our 15mm socket and extension. And remove that bolt. Then we're going to get our forward mounted bolt. Now reaching up between the catalytic converter and the oil pan, I'm grabbing the starter and I'm going to reach up around the control arm. I'm going to rotate this. There is an additional electrical connector that we need to get disconnected. So just trying to get it into position so we can gain access to that. You're going to reach up on top of the connector and press down on the tab and disconnect the electrical connector here. Now we need to position the starter so we can work that forward and out. Now when we're up inside, here is a connector right here. So the connector that goes onto this is just a little spring clip on the top. You press that down and pull that connector off. And then you can go ahead and remove that starter completely. Now as we feed our starter into place, you want to pay attention to the stud here on the left and then the electrical connector port right here. We're going to have to install a wiring harness here and then over here. This one here we're not going to touch. Once we get the starter back, we can go ahead and put the gear and the snout into the bell housing. All right, now that we have the starter lined up, I'm going to take one of the bolts and I'm going to get it started on the bottom side here. Now that we have that in a few threads, let's go ahead and install the upper bolt. Now we're just going to snug this down with our hand ratchet. We're going to then snug down the forward bolt. Go ahead and torque these bolts down to 40 foot-pounds. On the top of our starter solenoid, we have 2 studs right here, and then on the top is the connector or the plug here. We want to connect our harness onto that. Line that up and push that on. Now once you get that connector pushed down and locked on, go ahead and push that red lock tab down into place. That'll secure that connector. The next thing you want to do is install this cable right here. Put that on there. Install the locking washer. Install the nut. Go ahead and snug that nut down. We want to go ahead and torque this to 100 inch-pounds or 8.3 foot-pounds. Go ahead and install your battery terminals.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.